I don't mind you out here cutting wood and clearing the trail and stuff. That's cool. But this is such a heavily used route. Not heavily, but it's such a popular route. Don't park your in the middle of the road. You're... Jesus. Alright, I am going to leave this in the video. They've got a mirror. They've waved me around, and right after they wave me around, they go to the side that I'm trying to get around them on. I'm already all packed up, but I overslept, and when I got up, the guys were already gone. Alright, so here we are, morning time, and I'm already all packed up, but I overslept, and when I got up, the guys were already gone. Nowhere to be found, so I must have really slept through them trying to wake me up or something. So I'm all packed up, and I'm going to try and catch them up. Failing that, I'll just catch up with them tonight at tonight's camp spot. No, that's all a lie. This is a week later. I had to leave the trip early. Now, for the bad news, this is my last night. I will not be able to continue the Washington WABDR. Family health issues are calling me home. So family comes first. Got to take care of that. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to camp here tonight and pack up in the morning leisurely, see these guys off on their way, and then I will head for home. About 8 miles into Section 3 out of Cashmere. I had a family emergency I had to go home and tend to, so it is a week later now, and I made arrangements to be able to come back up to Cashmere and finish sections 3, 2, and 1 this weekend. I am doing it solo, so I will not be blazing fast times or anything. That's just not a smart thing to do when you're by yourself, especially on a couple of the areas of the sections I've got coming up. Sections 2 and 3 are the roughest of the entire route. So Baby Head Hill, I will take the bypass. I'm gonna go have a look at Bethel Ridge, and if it's not too bad, I'll ride it, but if not, I'll bypass that too. I'm taking no chances. So I'm just out here to have fun and get this thing frickin' finished so I can actually put a sticker on my bike. But here we are, we're back, and I'm gonna finish this thing. Now, I get it. There are some ADV purists out there, off-road purists, that will tell you unless you do all of the sections in one trip, you haven't really ridden that BDR. You know, and in the back of my head, maybe at one point I thought the same, but you know, that's just simply not true. You have to ride what you can ride given the time that you have, right? Some people aren't retired. Some people don't have a week to go ride a BDR all at once, you know, and I understand that, and I recognize that. I recognize both points of view. I am, you know, doing what I can with the time that I'm given, you know. I make no excuses. I am also bypassing Baby Head Hill and Bethel Ridge. Now, Baby Head Hill is an obvious one. That's just not something I'm willing to do solo. That's an expert section, and I do not consider myself an expert rider. Yes, I have done a lot of fairly rough stuff on the big bike, and I can do it, no problem. I do not want to ride something like Baby Head Hill by myself. Even with the most skilled riders in the world, they have dropped on that hill multiple times, and oftentimes they'll bust an engine case. They'll crack it open, leak out all their oil, or they'll just have to pick up their bike a bunch. Silty mother. Silty as Jesus. And that's just not something that I'm willing to take on solo. With Bethel Ridge, the recent seasons and weather that we had caused a lot of the stuff up there to get incredibly rutted out, and I've seen footage and pictures of it, and that's just not something I'm willing to take on. At first I was thinking maybe I would go up there and have a look just to see if it's something I wouldn't have a problem with, and you know, it may have turned out that wouldn't have been that big of an issue being solo. However, what you're seeing right here is after I had gotten up at 3 a.m., finished the bike prep, and left my house down in Oregon at 5 a.m., rode up to Cashmere, and now I'm starting the route at like, you know, I think it was 10 o'clock, maybe 11 o'clock when I started, and I had already been riding for 4 or 5 hours on the freeway. I'm at several hundred miles already on the same day. So I'm trying to conserve my stamina and my level of consciousness, I guess, is what I'm trying to get at. So I make no excuses. I'm not trying to do a cop out or excuses or anything. I am just doing my ride with the resources I have available to me. Now, I fully expect and recognize that I will probably get comments saying that if I don't do the expert sections of Baby Head Hill and Bethel Ridge, riding the route didn't count, you know, and that's okay. That's their mindset. I'm not going to tell anybody how to think or feel or whatever, but in my mind, that is just 6th grade antics that I simply don't have time for. So, I mean, comment away. Do your worst. I honestly don't care. So, having said that, what you're going to see in these next couple of episodes are the bypasses for the Washington BDR. Nobody films those. So, here you go. First time on the internet. The bypasses for Section 2 are coming up.
So I also came up here with a new set of tires on the bike. I hadn't mentioned that yet. I'm seeing how the other half lives. You all know I've been running the TKC 80 on the front and the Shinko 805 in the rear. I love that combo. But this time around, I wanted to try something different, something that I haven't done yet, so I can do an honest and much more well-informed review video over several different types of tires and tire sets later on. So I am running Motaz tires. I've got the Tractionator Adventure on the rear, and I've got their Dual Venture on the front. What that Dual Venture is, it's a full-on knobby meant for adventure bikes, but it looks like a knobby off a dirt bike, really aggressive. And once it wears down in one direction, you can flip it on the rim and ride it the other direction. It's meant to be flipped, so you get more mileage out of it. That's really cool. But just so far, like through that silt back there that I was just going through and bumping across some deeper ruts and whatnot, man, these things stick like glue. These are amazing. Almost no wear on that. I rode slab all the way up here, up to Cashmere from Portland area, and almost no wear on the tires in 300 miles of slab on a warm day. They still had some of the molding nubs on them, even, and quite a lot of them. So the longevity of Motaz tires are supposed to be amazing. So we're gonna see how that does. And one thing I'll say right off the bat, because I spoon these on my rims myself, you always hear about the super stiff sidewall that Motaz has, and they're just a bear to get onto rims. And the sidewalls are stiff, but I honestly didn't have that much trouble getting them onto my rims with my tools that I have on my bike now on the trail. Yes, the rear was a little bit more difficult than putting on a Shinko 805, but not so much that I was led to believe like it was going to be near impossible. I was able to do it. Just gotta kind of make your plan of attack and get after it. Use water, soapy water if you have it. On the trail, I don't have soapy water, obviously. You can get tire lube, but failing all that, even water out of your hydration pack would work. But yeah, so far, just I mean, I just put these tires on yesterday, right, and I scrubbed them in on the road this morning. But even for that short amount of time, I already noticed a gigantic difference in traction. The front does want to wander on the pavement and follow rain grooves and whatnot, to the point you're going to want to let off the throttle a little bit to straighten it back out. It's a little sketch off-road. Just for that little bit that I've done so far, wow, these things are awesome. Definitely more expensive than what I'm used to spending on tires, but holy crap, that's worth it. Needed to turn there. Boy, what a pain in the ass this route would be, doing it the way you're supposed to do it, south to north. All those silt hills. The Chumstick and the one I came down just a minute ago. Screw that. I mean, they were, before the logging operations started and they graded the thing, it was probably much more rideable, but geez, I wouldn't want to ride up it now. I barely even want to ride down it. Bugs in the helmet. Well, we're on pavement for a little while through Wenatchee, and now we're back onto the gravel on Beehive Road. Having to be really cautious today on this, especially around blind corners. It's Saturday, so everybody and their family is up here today in their cars. They're not always staying on their side of the road, so I'm being overly cautious right now. Trying to stay on the right side, on my right side of the road as much as possible. Maybe after I get past the little lake up here, there will be less traffic. These tires are working great on gravel too. I am loving this combo. This stuff has got traction forever. I feel like Spider-Man sticking to everything. Getting up into some views now. Yes, I cut that corner, but I could see the exit. I could see the rest of the road. That guy wasn't there yet, so more bikes. Must be in an OHV area. I've been seeing lots of trails and dirt bikes. We're up on a ridge. This is kind of neato. You can definitely tell we're getting into elevation. My ears keep popping. Hard left here. That's not a hard left. GPS seems confused. Next pullout I see with shade, I'm gonna pull over and grab some water. Yeah, this OHV area. Oh, like right there. Like right here. Let's have a snack right here. Look at that. Shade right next to the view. Huh? I planned this. Look at that. Whoa, 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 whoa. What have we here? Whoa. Man, more people need to do this. That was one of the washouts. Which way am I gonna go? We're gonna go. Huh. That's a pretty good one. Huh. Okay, well.
And this is why I generally don't stop when I get to a difficult or quote-unquote scary looking section, because I get into my own head and psych myself out as I'm doing here. I can't get by him.
There we go. Pretty gnarly to look at. Not so bad to ride as long as you keep your momentum and pick the right line. Not beginner friendly by any means. So that was the washout section. The washouts of section 3. The crown jewel challenge area for section 3. It was challenging. I would have had an easier time with it had I just kept rolling. I had to stop and have a look. That kind of messed me up a little bit, actually. Just pick your line, and once you've picked your line, just commit to it. If you need throttle, throttle it. Right when you get down into the bottom of one of those washouts, twist that grip, man, so you can get up out. It's probably flattened out quite a bit over the years, but I don't see where that is as bad as people make it sound, honestly. For me, I will say that for me. I have ridden rougher stuff than that. So yes, it does make you stop and think when you first see it. Not terrible though. This is a lot like Hirschberger. Look out, the road up to it. Thank you. Yeah. I tell you what, you want to learn about your state. If you're from Washington State, you learn about the wild areas, places that you never see. Start riding adventure bikes, man. You're gonna see some cool stuff. Like that. Busy weekend on the trail. Gotta wait for a group of horses. Thank you. Anytime you come up to a group of horses, you slow down, and if you have to, you stop until you get the signal to come past. And then when you do, do it slowly. You don't want to spook the horses. Ouch! That was a hard hit. I didn't even see that rock. I don't know that I would label every section, because I don't know what I would label section 5 and 6. 4 is the jungle up out of Chelan, so that's a climb. And then you're up on ridge tops and everything. This, section 3, rocky. That's my label for section 3. Just think when you, take 14. Just when you think you get to a little bit of a straight stretch, you can open it up some and get some airflow as you're getting hot. Frickin' corner. I try to glance at my GPS once in a while to get a heads up on stuff like that, but I would rather be watching the trail and the sights than a little computer screen. Everybody gets enough of computer screens and phone screens all week long, right? Get off that shit. Get out here. I don't mind you out here cutting wood and clearing the trail and stuff. That's cool. But this is such a heavily used route. Not heavily, but it's such a popular route. Don't park your shit in the middle of the road. Even if you think you're out here by yourself, I guarantee you you're not. With my bags on, I'm a little bit wide.
Oh. Are more people coming?
No, I'm the only one in my group. There's other Jeeps and there's some horse riders and stuff, but...
All right.
All right, have a good one. Thank you. This guy thinks he's hauling ass. He actually kind of is. Thank you. Ah, airflow. Don't stop in that hill. I'm gonna wait for you. Rude. I can't go around you. You're... Jesus. Alright, I am going to leave this in the video. Parts of it. They've got a mirror. They've waved me around, and right after they wave me around, they go to the side that I'm trying to get around them on. And they're crisscrossing up the hill. Don't f***ing drive that way. Get your shit out of the woods if you're going to do that. Had enough of that bullshit. Whew. Yeah, rocks. Very rocky. I want to stop. Oh, that's where Tim took his picture. I want to stop there and grab a picture, but I do not want to get behind that idiot again. Ruts everywhere. There wasn't a good line through there. Thank God for that lower gearing. I go straight across. Ellensburg, 22 miles. Boy, that changed in a hurry. One type of terrain to another. What's that you call that? Biome or whatever? So this is definitely needed. Still had about a gallon in the tank. I'm gonna find some shade, and I'm gonna go inside and get something to eat and buy stuff for later tonight, and double check my tires, make sure they're still inflated properly. So I took a couple of pretty damn hard hits up there today. No shade around here whatsoever. Here we are in Ellensburg. Came into town really quick to pick up some supplies for tonight, and then I'm going to start section 2. And I'm going to ride until I'm tired, and hopefully that coincides with finding the most awesome camp spot that exists on the planet. And I am back on the route, starting section 2. Here we go. My plan for the rest of the day is really, there is no plan. Just to get onto section 2 and ride until I get tired and I shouldn't be riding anymore for the day, or I find a great camp spot, or it becomes 6:30. If I hit 6:30 and I'm not really tired yet, but I'm seeing some good camp spots, I'm gonna stop and camp, because I don't want to get too close to nighttime and still be riding. I want to leave myself some time to set up camp in the daylight. What are we doing here? Is this my turn? I think. Yep, that's it. Let's get into third gear. Let's get into a your appropriate speed.
Got my supplies for the night. Fueled up the bike, fueled up myself. I may not even eat dinner tonight. I can't imagine I'm going to be very hungry, and even if I am, I've got snack foods with me, so I'm good. My main goal is to get up in a good little ways into the route to get a good start on section 2 and find a good place to sleep for the night.
Those hills up there is where I'm headed. Dude, you don't have to cut the corner that much. That's the road into the route. This is the bypass for the Babyhead Hill section of section 2.
And here is where we're going to end the episode. I hope you enjoyed what you saw in this one. I can't wait to show you the next and final episode of my Washington BDR adventure. If you would like to see videos just like this one early, you can get early access by up to a week on my Patreon page, Explore Adventure Moto. Go check it out. You can join for as little as $1. Patreons receive their names in the credits at the end of my videos. You can see, as I said, early access to the videos. Higher tiers can see my weekly blog posts. I also post outtakes and behind-the-scenes content, as well as special Patreon members-only content. Hope to see you over there. And as always, stay hairy.